Hey everyone, this is Dan Puz trying to bring you the most up-to-date information about what's happening in real estate among the COVID-19 outbreak that we're having and the complete stop in the economy that we're experiencing. So we're going to talk about the three things that I think are going to really affect the real estate prices and some things that we can expect. Guys, I think we're headed for a short sale market. I think we are headed for mass unemployment. I think we're headed for short sales, bank-owned properties, and homes getting auctioned off on the courthouse steps. So first, I'll describe why I think we're headed that way. And then second, we'll talk about what you can do about it. So made this little board for everybody, make it easy. Number one reason, mass unemployment. Guys, we've got over 10 million people in the United States already that have filed for unemployment. That is just week number 2. I think that number is going to skyrocket. Not to mention, once businesses are able to reopen, how many of them are going to be able to sustain the amount of employees they had now that we are told we are going to be in quarantine for another 30 days? That means we are not open for business until May 1st. Number 2, that's if we even go back to work in 30 days. This could be a continual virus. They're already talking about, and I am not a naysayer, guys. I am not doomsday, but they are already talking about this virus making another round and another comeback in September. They're already talking about next flu season starting, and we're not even there yet. Guys, we could be under quarantine for much longer than what we expect. This could go on beyond the next 30 days, beyond May 1st. It could reopen for business, and then we could get shut back down again in just a few days if the virus continues to spread and we have crazy outbreaks. Number 3 reason why I think we're going to be headed for a short sale market or loss of equity is tough lending. The lending has tightened up. The requirements for getting a loan are now increased. The standards are higher than they have been in a long time. And that means it's going to make it harder for people to qualify. So let's talk about what's going to happen if there is, at a minimum, this is just a minimum, a 5% correction in our market, which I think everybody can agree that a 5% correction in our market is not only very, very plausible, but is more than likely going to be the least amount of damage that we incur. So this is what happens for somebody who just bought a home a year to 2 years ago. Say you bought a home a year to 2 years ago and you bought it at $400K. Say your home in the last year to 2 years went up a very modest 6 to 7%. Okay, that would bring your home up to a value approximately $430,000. Just in the last week, I've seen more price reductions for $15,000 to $25,000. Basically, people are already, as of this week, dropping the price by large amounts of money. Homes in the $400,000 to $700,000 range instantly taking $25,000 price reduction. So let's roll with a 5% market correction overnight. Overnight, we're just talking about 5%. That's not a lot, guys. 5% market correction is $20,000 on a $400,000 home. And then talk about real estate fees. If you have an agent that is going to sell your home for a fee of somewhere around 5% after closing costs and all that, call it 6%. Guys, that's another $20,000. So that is a total very conservative estimate, guys. This is very, very conservative. This is by no means going to be the end of what we are about to see with the mass unemployment. That is a $40,000 hit on a home that you bought for $400,000. If it went up in the last year or two to $430,000, you're now at $390,000 worth of maybe equity if you put enough down payment in. Maybe you went 100% financing. Maybe you put 3% down on a $400,000 house and you ended up only putting down $12,000. Guys, you are at a short sale or near short sale situation. Here's what happens next. People decide that, oh, wait, My home is no longer worth what I paid for it. Well, I'm not going to take a loss. So I'm going to hold on to this home. And what do? They ride that market down. Then we have a 10% correction, then 15, and then a 20% market correction. Guys, these numbers are not unrealistic. We've gone up since 2010 and 11 over 100%. Is it possible that we go down 10%, add on real estate fees? You're closer to 15 to 17% after it's all said and done. Guys, in a very short amount of time, we can have a 20% market correction. 20% market correction. If that's a $500,000 home with a 20% total market correction, you're now looking at a $400,000 home. I'm not here to spread doom and gloom. What I am here to do is to try to give you guys the best information possible to make decisions moving forward. So you've got people in near short sale situations. They have to move. They're a police, firefighter, job loss. They got to move back in with mom. A transfer. Their wife gets transferred. They got to go. They can't sell that home with equity. That home has to go out on the short sale market. It's going to pull the prices down further. Once short sales start hitting the market, it's like a cancer, because then all the people who are looking to buy a home want short sales. Why? So they can get a discount on them. You got people who are buying homes at a discount. They're going to skip your properly priced home that is a conventional sale, and they're going to go looking for short sales, and that's going to further pull the market prices down. It's a very slippery slope. Unemployment is the biggest one. How many people do not have a job or are not going to have a job very, very soon? How many small business owners are not going to be able to reopen, or are going to be able to reopen and not make it much past a month or two? So guys, what do we do about it? I have to say this. If you have to sell a home, my advice, sell it now. If you have to sell a home, get it out on the market now. Do not risk the market continuing to slide away from you as the unemployment, possible continuation of this virus, and the tough lending standards keep people from buying homes. I would get it out on the market now. If you don't have to sell a home, but you kind of want to, make a decision. Make a decision now if you're ready to sell, or if you were able to keep that home comfortably for the next 7 to 14 years while the market takes a big down and then circles back up to a point where you're back in the equity. Remember, guys, 06 and 07, when the market really, really crashed, it feels like people lost their homes overnight. It feels like all the foreclosures popped up within minutes of this crisis happening. It's not true. Remember, the prices didn't bottom out in Reno until 2012. You had from 2007 to 2012 to ride that wave all the way to rock bottom. And then it started going back up in 2012 and 13. So if you have to make a move, make the move now. If you think you want to make a move, you better make a decision. What I don't want to see is for people to fall behind on one mortgage payment and then get stuck and not be able to make another mortgage payment, and then get nervous and then not do anything and freeze, and then lose their home and all the equity that they had because they don't know what to do. If you miss a mortgage payment, the chances are you don't make another one to get caught back up. That is just the statistics. So if you start to get into that situation, do not wait to talk to your bank about either getting a loan modification, renting your house out for money, or going into the short sale arena and getting that off your books and putting as much money in your pocket as possible. Guys, I spend a lot of my time helping people out of foreclosure. I spend a lot of time getting people who have missed mortgage payments, helping them get either caught back up so we can get their home sold, or getting it sold in a very, very fast amount of time so they salvage something from their home. The biggest enemy that people face when we start to go into these markets is time. And you start to pay a heavier and heavier price financially for the amount of time that you've given yourself. If you have to sell a home in 30 days, you're going to pay for it a lot more than if you have 3 months, because you're going to have to take any offer that comes in as opposed to being able to take the best offer. So guys, do not wait. Make a decision. If you need help making a decision, if you need help getting the information that you need in order to make the best decision, if you've just lost a job, do not wait. Start thinking about it right now, what you are going to do to start to move forward from whatever situation you're in. And if you have a home and you start missing payments, talk to your bank immediately. Get the help that you need. Do not sit. Do not get nervous. Do not shy away from this problem and hope it goes away. I've seen way too many people not take action and not follow directions and end up losing their home when they could have turned out with at least $30, $50, up to $90,000 in their pocket. And the banks eat all that equity really, really fast when you start missing payments. So if you guys have questions, please, please, please give me a call, 775-771-1047, or give me an email back. I'm going to be sending this video out by email. You are free to give me a call anytime. I do work weekends if that's the only time you have available to talk. We'll see you soon.